What is up, guys? We are back with another Splatoon 2 video. This is going to be covering pretty much everything that we got confirmed so far, and that's going to be happening in the 4.3.0 update. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If not, the title will say what update it is. But yeah, there's a lot of shit in this update that we at least know so far, and there's still going to be 4 more weapons, a possible new game mode that are yet to be revealed. So I'm just going to cover what we have so far. If you guys have not seen any of this, I'm assuming you already have because this has been out since like Saturday. I just have not had time to make a video about this, so hype for another Splatoon video. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this in the future by leaving a like, and if you are new, subscribe. Gonna be doing some more Splatoon videos as well, just because there's gonna be a shitload of new weapons, and I would really like to do a video on the new ability when it's officially revealed in game and we know what it affects, like all the weapons and stuff like that, what it does. So I also will, if you're here for Paladins, this ain't a Paladins video, but if you clicked on the video anyways, I will be having a new Paladins video probably Thursday evening, because there's going to be a 1.9 update show on Thursday, which I won't be able to catch, but I'll be going over the patch notes Thursday evening. So see you then. If you're here for Paladins, I'll have a new Paladins video out later this week. Apart from that, let's go over the Splatoon stuff. 4. Pretty sure it's 4 point whatever. Yeah, 4.3.0. I'm pretty sure I was right. We got a lot of new shit for this update, guys. A lot of this stuff actually makes me excited. It actually makes me want to play the game as well. I haven't really been playing the game. I've just kind of been playing casually a lot recently. I've been putting all my time into Paladins. I mean, believe it or not, I have over 1,000 hours into Paladins now. And I'm slowly creeping up on Splatoon, which is also, I think, like 1,050 hours. I'm at like 1,030 hours in Paladins, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pass Splatoon hours by quite a lot. But at least I have 1,000 hours into Splatoon. Not many people can say that. We got they're pretty much gonna be taking Cold-Blooded, probably the two most useless and most unran abilities in the game, gear abilities that is in the game. Cold-Blooded, I think, is actually really underrated, and it makes like tracking weapons like the data box and the point sensor, or I guess I usually just call it the data box, but it's called the point sensor. That makes that kind of really, really good. And I think the point sensor is really underrated, just because nobody runs Cold-Blooded. So, and bomb defense, I think I see some people run bomb defense just for like inkjet, because inkjet, I think it's like a 3-hit KO indirect. I think with 1 bomb defense it makes it like a 4-hit KO or something like that, something weird. But they're going to be taking these 2 abilities and combining them into 1. So if you have anything like a shirt with bomb defense or Cold-Blooded, they're now going to be made into 1 ability. So you're going to be getting something with bomb defense and Cold-Blooded as 1, which is kind of cool. So if you want just 1 ability, you're going to be getting automatically Cold-Blooded as well. So it would be really, really kind of cool to see how these load sets actually really go out. You can have like 1 thing with like a pure of a main and 3 subs of bomb defense and Cold-Blooded. Not quite sure how I feel about that. I don't think it's going to be necessarily overpowered, because these 2 abilities really ain't that good. But you can definitely see probably a rise, at least for the short time, of probably pures of these, if you can get some cool gear of it. And right here's the new icon. Looks kind of cool. Not really too much else to talk about there. Right here is probably the biggest piece of news we actually have, apart from the new weapons. They're going to be adding a new gear ability called Main Power Up. Now, it's not damage power up like Splatoon 1. This is Main Power Up. The power it pretty much powers up your weapons. So I'm actually going to be in game, actually farming for some gear. That's probably one of the reasons I'm going to be playing the game for, is farming for gear. I'm going to try to get some pures of shoes, hat, and shirt of this, because I think it's going to be actually a really, really good ability for a decent amount of weapons, in my opinion. It depends on what they do with it, and they do what I think they should do with it. It will power up your weapon by using differently depending on the weapon. So we got a few effects here. The arrow, or not the arrow spray, the 10 attack. Not quite sure how this really is even going to benefit the 10 attack, honestly. Nobody jumps the way, like, why you're going to be jumping anyways when you're firing. If you run main power up, so like either like a main or 3 subs or just a main, increases shot accuracy when firing while jumping. So if you're firing and you jump, when you're still firing. You'll have more accurate shots, and your reticle won't have as much RNG. Again, I really don't know how this is really going to benefit the Tenatech. I don't play it. If you're a Tenatech man and you use it as like a Slayer weapon, please let me know how this is going to benefit, because I have no idea how this is really going to benefit the weapon. I guess maybe if you're like on a low part of the map and then somebody's shooting at you from like a high point, you can jump and possibly hit them better. That's my only explanation, maybe. Otherwise, I don't see it being ran with the Tenatech. We have the Arrow Spray. Increases ink coverage, so this thing's going to be able to even paint better. Imagine an entire set with all mains of this thing and all 3 subs throughout all 3 pieces of your gear. This thing's going to be a painting machine. With this actually as well, you run like some special charge up on it, maybe like a pure special charge up for like your shirts, and you run like main power up for like your hat and shoes, pures of those. I can actually see the Arrow Spray rising up and like as being like a dedicated painter for some comps. Granted, it doesn't really have like the specials and doesn't have really a sub to support a team. I think that's what's really kind of its downfall. It really doesn't have anything that really benefits a team. At least with like the NZAP and stuff like that, it has ink armor and has a very good sub for spacing. The Arrow Spray doesn't have that. It has Curling Bomb Launcher and I think Baller. So I'm not quite sure, but I can definitely see it on a rise. The Roller increases damage. Now, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, because the Roller already is a one-shot kill. I think it's pretty much just going to be maybe increases damage, so you won't have to be... It can be like a slight indirect. It won't have to be like a full-on one-hit KO, what you like need right now. It can be like a half like swing, and you can barely nick them, and maybe it'll do a lot more damage. That's my like consensus on it. Maybe not quite sure how that's really going to go about. I'm probably going to make a video on this as well, going through all of these weapons. We'll see how it is, not if I can get a gear, like an entire gear set full and made by the time I want to put out a video. But I'll probably go do a video and see how this does. I think right now though, for what we have confirmed, I think the heavy splatling is going to be getting the most beneficial out of this. Increases the duration of firing in a burst, so it'll increase the duration of your charge pretty much. So you charge up the higher splatling. Normally it charges up. You probably get around like 1 or 2 seconds out of it, maybe 3 seconds, something around there. With main power up, you're going to be getting a lot more, and the charge will last longer. That's pretty much what this is. So you can see this. I'm definitely probably going to see this, and you can probably see this in a lot of competitive comps for like a backline heavy splatling or a ballpoint splatling with main power up, because I think it's going to be very, very good for heavy splatlings. That's all we really have right now. We have these 2 as well. We have 2 weapons that nobody uses in the game. Nobody uses this. I don't know why they even put this here. Speeds up the Brella canopy regeneration. Doesn't really matter. I don't think it's going to matter at all. I don't think it's going to do jack shit for the undercover Brella. Not going to even discuss it barely. Ink brush slightly increases movement speed while inking. Not quite sure if this is if you're swinging the brush or if you're using the brush as like an inking line. If you like hold the brush out in front of you and you get that, if you're running with the brush. I'm not quite sure what it really stands for. If you're just like swinging the brush, you get a little bit of movement speed, okay. But if it gives you movement speed while you're also running with the brush, I can see that being kind of useful in Clam Blitz. Otherwise, I don't see any viability in that whatsoever. The ones a lot of people are discussing is what it's going to be for the Blaster. Blaster and for the NZAP. I'm assuming the NZAP's probably going to be the same as like the Tenatech. You can like jump and get a little bit more increased shot accuracy. I don't think they would change that really too drastically for like the NZAP. Also, people are discussing the charger. I'm not quite sure what it would really do for the charger, in my opinion. I really don't have no ideas. One thing I hope for the Blaster though is maybe you can, if you run enough of it, it'll actually be like a damage boost to the point where instead of having a direct being a one-hit KO, I don't know, it'd be absolutely broken. I don't think they'd ever do this, but it's just something I really think is funny and really would like to happen. You run enough of it, you run like entire gear set full of it, and you run like it ups your damage to the point where all you have to do is slightly lick or get like an indirect and it's a one-hit KO on somebody. That'd be absolutely fucking broken. I don't think they'd ever do that, but that's just kind of a cool thought. Maybe they could do that. I don't think they ever are going to do that, though. That's beyond broken. And finally, we have some new weapons. We have the new weapons here for the pretty much the variants of the new weapons we got, pretty much. These are actually some viable sets. I actually these kits are actually really good for a couple of these. I see the ballpoint Splatling being very good as a backlining weapon. That's what you really want for a Splatling. Beacon, Squid Beacon for this is absolutely insane. I think that'd be really good, especially with the buff where you can jump to it 2 times before it breaks. I can see this being on a lot of comps, and especially with the Rain Cloud. Very good supportive weapon. You have the other set with Inkjet, and I think it has like Inkjet and Suction Bomb or some shit like that. It has something different, but that's more of like an offensive set. So now it has more of like a backline support set, which I think is going to be the more popular option. That's what you want from a Splatling. So I see this being very good. Nautilus 79 gets a little bit more of an offensive set. Right now I think it has Baller, and I think Data Box or Point Sensor. So right now, then it's going to be getting, and with this new variant, the Nautilus 79 Kenza variant, or this is actually the custom, whatever it is, whatever kind of variant this is. I think this is Kenza. It gets the Inkjet, which is still one of the best specials in the game, even though they did nerf it slightly, and the Suction Bomb for spacing. I mean, it's not going to be bad, but it's not going to be good either. Kind of on this one. The Explosure, custom Explosure, or whatever that is, the second variant of the Explosure, going to be more of a kind of a support set. The other one's kind of a support set as well. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this one either. It has the point sensor, which is great. I think it's really good with the point sensor. I think that's a really good sub to have. Baller, in my opinion, though, I think Baller really kind of leaves you high and dry. Like 95% of the time, if you're in 1v1 with a short range shooter, you're going to be losing that like every time, because the slow fire rate you have, especially if you're close range. If you don't get a kill with the Baller and they happen to escape, they're automatically going to kill you because you can't do shit if you're like 1v1, like close quarters. You have such a slow fire rate, kind of fucked it, plus you don't have any sub to really defend yourself with. Even with the Sprinkler, that doesn't do jack shit, so it never had a sub to begin with to defend yourself at close range, and with the Data Box, it really ain't doing anything else. I don't know, it's kind of on that one as well. I like the sub, but I really don't care for the special in my opinion. Maybe it'll work, not sure. And the one I think that's actually going to be very good, along with the Splatling, is the Blobber Deco. We have the Sprinkler, which is great. Sprinkler is absolutely amazing on this thing. Able to get that extra inking. It inks pretty good as well, the way it is, but throwing the Sprinkler on there, you're going to be getting a lot of specials. And then has the Suction Bomb Launcher, which is absolutely amazing. Great for turfing and great for spacing, and pretty much just controlling an area temporarily if you need it. It's going to be amazing. You're going to be seeing this thing a lot. This has a great kit in my opinion. You're going to be seeing it a lot. And then we have 4 more weapons that are yet to be determined. I'll probably make a video on these as well. I'm assuming one of them is going to be a type of charger, like an E-liter type. That's what my guess is. Maybe another blaster and like a rapid blaster Kenza variant. Hopefully we get like a regular blaster Kenza variant and then like a rapid blaster Kenza variant. E-liter Kenza E-liter, maybe. The last one I'm not quite sure. Maybe like an NZAP, the Kenza NZAP 85 or whatever. Maybe something like that. I'm not quite sure. Let me know what you guys have. Maybe what you guys want or hope for in the comments. That'd be great. Don't really have too much else. And we have the date. It's going up 5/12, so to December 12th, like 2 weeks from now. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys like what we're getting? Let me know in your comments on the new abilities. Do you like the new abilities of the new gear ability? Do you like them combining cold-blooded and bomb defense up? Personally, I like it because they're 2 pretty much useless abilities. Cold-blooded I have never seen ever to begin with since I even started playing the game. Like on any set, unless it's like super situational and you know exactly what your other team's going to be running. Bomb defense I've seen it once in a while when Inkjet was a lot more prominent, and right now I don't think anybody's even bothered running it. Maybe once in a while you'll see somebody with a little bit of bomb defense on their gear set, but apart from that you never see it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the new weapons as well. Do you like the kits? Do you think they're going to be viable? Like I said, I think the Splatling and the Blob or custom Blob is going to be very good. Apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. I'll have a new Paladins video up later this week going over the 1.9 update patch notes. So look forward to that if you want to stick around for that, if you're here for Paladins as well. And I'll see you guys in a future video.